Okay.
I think one of the reasons, Lindsay, that it is,
What?
okay, it's recording now finally. I think there were some people that were still coming in, and that's why it was having problems making the, recording it. But it is now recording, so you are good.
All right, let's get going here. Good morning, Dilworth, Glyndon, Felton School District. Due to the current federal and state emergency declarations, the Minnesota Directive to Residents Stay at Home and guidance about limiting person-to-person contact due to the COVID-19. Whoever has just joined, I need you to mute. It's causing a lot of feedback.
I muted them.
The meeting of the Dilworth, Glyndon, Felton School Board is being conducted in accordance with Minnesota Statutes 13D.021, meetings by telephone or other electronic means. Due to the health pandemic, the school board determined that it is not feasible for at least one board member or the superintendent to be physically present at the regular meeting location, and that it is not feasible for the public to attend this meeting at the regular meeting due to the local health pandemic. School board members, you are reminded to mute their microphone or phone when they're not speaking. School board members wishing to speak should do the thumbs up in the corner or wave your hand, and I will recognize you. I will determine the order in which school board members wishing to speak will be recognized. When recognized, please unmute your microphone to speak and then mute your microphone again. All votes today will be conducted by roll call. Each school board member should wait until their name is called before voting. This meeting is being recorded, and access to the recording will be made available on the school district's website as soon as reasonably possible. All right. Since we don't have a flag, I'm going to read our mission statement. In partnerships with the communities, the mission of the Dilworth, Glyndon, Felton School District is to educate individuals in an environment of trust and respect so they become self-directed, responsible, lifelong learners. Roll call, all 6 board members are present this morning. Superintendent Tygeson is present, as well as Athletic Director Joe O'Keefe and Coach Soderberg, and many other visitors that will be named on the meeting minutes. All right, do we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Motion by Amy. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ronnie. All right, this is a roll call vote. Sandy? Sandy, are you good to adopt the agenda? You want to give me a thumbs up? Hopefully she'll come back and we'll get that from her. David?
Aye.
Amy, you said aye, or no, Amy?
Aye.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Myself, aye. Laura?
Aye.
Sandy? Looks like Sandy had to step out. She's having technical difficulties.
Yeah, she texted me that she lost internet. So I'm going to see if she will just text it in, and then I can just read off when she's doing it, unless she reconnects.
Okay.
There, she's back.
Okay.
Sandy, you're on mute.
Okay, I said I am sorry. It constantly is kicking me out. I'm not sure what's going on. But...
Sandy, we're doing the no problem. Are you an aye on adopting the agenda?
Aye. Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you. All right. We received a lot of public comments. There was 19 comments submitted to the school board. I have sent all these comments to fellow board members to review before this morning. They are quite lengthy, and in the interest of time and school board members needing to get to work, we will be putting these up on the school's website with the meeting minutes. We will redact people's email addresses and phone numbers so individuals cannot contact you. There was 15 in support of Coach Soderberg, 2 COVID comments, 1 a general comment about communication, and 1 not in support of Coach Soderberg. So we thank everybody for sending in their comments. They are valued, and we as a school board have reviewed them, and they will be made available to the public when the meeting minutes go up. So I've asked Superintendent Tygeson to clarify to the public again why contracts are coming up the way they are.
Thank you, Lindsay. So if people aren't aware, the school board and the Education Minnesota DGF recently did an MOU where we were doing clarification on how the contracts are going to be done based on percent of time in the fall and in the spring, in particular for the fall coaches. So that meeting took place, that school board approval of that contract took place at not this past Mondays, but the meeting before. Since then, the high school league decided to make a change and actually reinstall a fall season. So there hasn't been a board meeting since to actually approve contracts. So that's why there was a presentation of a list to approve. Nowhere on that agenda was there non-renewals, and neither was there. The process of non-renewal is very different by statute, and that's typically done at the end of a season. I know that some board members had expressed that they had received and had some concerns, and with the process to make sure that that was incorporated. Remember, the motion on Monday was not about non-renewal. It was about approval of a contract, and those two are very different. And unfortunately, that was miscommunicated in the media by some media sources. And I spent Tuesday in communication with the board chair to look at scheduling a date and a process to make sure that some of these things would be identified with the activities director, Mr. O'Keefe. I asked all board members to directly communicate with Mr. O'Keefe any concerns that they had received, which has been done. Mr. O'Keefe has received them. Joe and I have discussed those things and talked about the process of incorporating and at least communicating with Coach Soderberg some of those concerns. So I wanted to make sure that before the meeting that all board members know that those concerns have been, and Mr. O'Keefe, you can just give a thumbs up if you want as far as those concerns that they've been brought to your attention. And the process typically is that the activities director and the coach, they go through that information. A lot of these things don't become public because they should be part of the process in evaluation that is done with personnel. So that's not typically going to be something that's done in public. So at this time, and after discussions with Joe, both Mr. O'Keefe and myself strongly recommend that this coaching position is approved for Coach Soderberg. We're in the season. Let's keep things rolling with it. So that is the other thing I would like to just add. Some people have had asked questions about why this meeting would be virtual. We do not have high school students in the building. However, the regular meeting place would be in the media center at the high school, and that would also mean that we'd have added traffic that would be coming into the building. And that, again, safety of students is the first concern. We have elementary students in the building, we have staff in the building, and you have that potential of exposure. And so a virtual meeting allows us not to have that as an issue. And so it definitely meets the guidelines of going to a virtual meeting. I don't think there is any parent, any community member that has an issue about making decisions like this on safety of people. And the idea of having time to do cleaning right after the meeting would not work. So that's why we have the virtual meeting. And again, back to you, Lindsay.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to 5.1, coaching contract. Do we have a motion?
6.1.
Yep, sorry. Yep. Thank you, Brian. 6.1, Ronnie raised his hand. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to approve the contract for Anthony Soderberg for the football head coach for the 2021 season with the addendum items of what administration has recommended, that we have an improvement plan or discussion with them, and then an improvement plan and discussion at the end of the season, and decide then what we do for next year.
Okay.
And the 2020 season, right?
2020 season, Ronnie, correct?
2020 season? Okay, sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Nope, you're fine. Do we have a second, please?
I'll second.
All right, second by Amy. Any further discussion? Ronnie, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say that the meeting Monday night there, when it was brought up, that I had a couple of concerns.
I second.
We're good, Sandy. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Had a couple of concerns, and I guess part of it was me, but the fast turnaround here with having fall football, we weren't planning that at that point in time. That I guess at that point, I just wasn't ready to approve a contract, and so I was just doing a delay, although I expected it to be approved that night, and it wasn't. But after the meeting, I guess I do like I always do on any votes. I went back and re-examined, and at that point, at the end of the meeting, I found out about this non-renewal part, which years ago wasn't in the thing when I was on, and that and disruption, and he's already started the season, and we just can't disrupt at the middle of the season here at the beginning of the season. So I guess at this point in time, I plan to vote yes on this motion.
Thank you, Ronnie. Go ahead, Sandy.
Okay, I just wanted to say that no one is perfect, myself included, and I believe all of us have areas of improvement, and I know it's a daily challenge, that it's something that I personally try to work on. And I trust that moving forward, many of us will reflect on these areas and try to become a better version of ourselves.
Thank you, Sandy. Any further discussion?
No.
All right. I would agree with Sandy. No one is perfect, and everybody can take steps to make themselves a better individual. We as school board members take our role very seriously. We are hit up by many people, whether it's via email, phone calls, you're at church, or you're at a sporting event, or you're at a restaurant, and we hear concerns, and we try to take all these concerns from all individuals in our community very seriously. So these recommendations and concerns are not taken lightly, and we appreciate the administration working with us to bring our concerns forward. So any further discussion? All right, we have a motion by Ronnie, a second by Amy. We're going to go right into a roll call vote. David?
Aye.
Sandy?
Aye.
Amy?
Aye.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Laura?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Motion carries 6-0. On to 7.0, the next meeting, this DGF school board will have fiscal personnel on Monday, October 12th at 5 p.m. In the DGF High School Media Center. And directly following that will be the board meeting at 6 in the high school Media Center. So this meeting of the Dilworth, Glyndon, Felton School Board is adjourned. It is 7:17. Have a great weekend, and thank you all for joining.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.